That's the name that we are going to talk about today. So before discussing, let's understand what Gunaateetaaya means. Gunaateetaaya, if you divide that, Gunaateetaaya, that means Atita means actually beyond. That means Gunaateetaaya means somebody who is beyond gunas. Enlightened people like Gurudev are called as Gunaateetaaya. So what are gunas actually? So what is guna? Anybody? Any kids? Do you know what are gunas?
There's three of them.
Excellent.
Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas.
Very good. Very good. So Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. There are three gunas. What does this mean to us? What it does for us? Any kids? Okay. So these gunas make a person bonded, and these gunas make a person to act, to behave, to habituate, to respond. So any action that we do is as a result of the guna. So to understand a little more better, let's go for examples. So as kids, you go for a play date, and from your friends, you understand like there is a TV show which is very interesting, right? Um, Suppose a kid is of Sattva-guna. What he does, based on the Sattva-guna bonding, he will be interested in learning about it, and every TV show, every program has got something to learn about. So he understands what is there in the program, gets the message from that, and goes to the next task. So as Sattva-guna, the person has got a bonding of learning about it, knowing about that. Rajoguna, what it does is, beyond learning, it gives an attachment. So what happens, this person would like to watch that particular program whenever there is leisure time. Okay, so there is a bondage, there is attachment, that he want to get engaged with that. A Tamoguna person gets an extreme attachment towards that particular thing, and it so happens that right from the time he wakes up, he wants to keep on watching that program. And as parents, elders need to push him that, hey, you need to finish your homework, or get ready for school, or get ready for this particular class. So the person is extremely attached to that particular program, and he keeps engaging himself towards that. So that is Tamoguna. So the bondage happens towards based on the gunas that a person is having. That doesn't mean like a person is totally sattvic, totally rajasic, or totally tamasic. These three gunas will keep fighting with each other, and whatever wins, that becomes your behavior at that particular point of time. So that's how the bonding happens through these gunas. How does these things impact us or act as based on and make us to behave, act, or habituate? One example, as elders, we all must have gone through at a point of time, or frequently we do this. We are somehow upset because of something. It didn't happen as we expected. So the kids come to us and say like, hey, can you engage me with this, or participate in this play with me, something like that. We say like, give me 15 minutes, give me half an hour, let me come out of this, then I'll join you. That means that's the best time that we need to observe ourselves, that we are being controlled by gunas. An enlightened person, like Guruji or anybody, Gurudev, they control these gunas. They are not controlled by gunas. As an example, from Gurudev, what happens, Gurudev goes to one of the Chinmaya center after a long time. He keeps getting some feedback, who's doing what at that particular center. So because he's going there for after a long time, all the brahmacharis there and all families, all kids want to give him a warm welcome, and they'll be waiting for him to come there. After he goes to individuals and asking their name and getting some details around that. He goes to a particular person, gently keeps his hand on his shoulder and asks his name. He'll tell some name of that brahmachari. Then Guruji's face totally transforms, changes, and he blasts him, total earful, gives him left and right, to that extent that Brahmachari even starts tearing. That's the that is a needed reaction from Gurudev, because that particular Brahmachari was not following the guidance from Gurudev as expected. So he want to give him that treatment, and he does that. And that makes Brahmachari to feel so bad, and he starts even tearing about it. Very next person, a small kid with a flower bouquet in hand, Gurudev warmly receives that and gives a very big hug to that child and starts chatting with that child so nicely. See the transformation that Gurudev could show between a particular instance. A while back I said, what we do usually, give me half an hour, I'm in a different mood, let me come out of it and then join you. But Gurudev kind of people, because the gunas are under their control, they can react to the situation as necessary. He was about to blast, like, or he has given an earful to a person. Immediately he was able to hug a child. That's the transformation that he could show. The story doesn't end there. Gurudev goes to that particular location after a few months again, and the person who got earful was totally shy to approach Gurudev. Gurudev goes himself to that person, gives him a warm hug, as if nothing had happened in the previous visit. As elders, or even children to an extent, what we do, we carry forward things with us. You go to a particular person, he didn't treat you well for any reason, knowingly or unknowingly. You stop going to that person, or even after a few months or years, that person comes to you, your reaction to that person will be totally different. He would have behaved at that situation for various reasons, but we take that into our mind and we carry forward such things. So the learning that we need to have from this kind of instances is, don't carry forward and try to ensure that you control gunas than they controlling you. But that's not an easy journey, right? If a person is able to do that, he's an enlightened person. So as kids or as elders, what is that we need to do to go to that level, or at least how to start the journey? Few tricks, few simple things for kids especially. What we have to do is, to become a person like Gunaateetaaya, we need to start liking things that it comes to us. Let's take an example. Like, you go to a kid and ask him, "Hey, what are you doing for the weekend?" How does this response look like? You know what? I wake up in the morning and I'll finish my homework, because my teacher will be mad at me if I don't finish my homework. And then I'll go for basketball because my father is very interested in me going for baseball. And then I have to go for dance practice because my mom wants me to win dance in so and so competition. And at the end, I think half an hour or 1 hour I'll get time to watch my TV show. What is that's giving us as part of this response is, the person is doing all the things under the influence of something, either parents or teacher or something is influencing them to do things, than they liking it. How does this response look like? Like, I wake up in the morning, I'll finish my homework, because whatever I learned at school, through this homework I'll get an expertise on that. And then I go to baseball because I like it. I get to mingle with so many other kids. And then I go for dance. Initially I was not liking it. My mom was pushing me. Then I developed a lot of interest in it. I love it. I'm going there. When things are happening based on your interest, then you start liking it. And there is no need for people around you to push, right? So you start liking things and stop disliking things like which are obvious. You know what? Minnesota, winter, man. Half of the year goes with winter. I hate winter. Whether you hate or not, winter will come and go, right? So we have to learn to adjust to the things that comes to us and start loving things that we do. When these two things happen, the agitation in our comes to a certain extent, and then we will be able to observe our reactions, our thoughts, our habits. When we observe ourselves, there is no one else to teach us. Of course, satsang, from elders, what we learn, will definitely help us on how to behave, how to do. When we are not in an agitated mode, we will be able to observe ourselves and try to correct ourselves before somebody corrects us. That's the first step towards becoming a Gunaateeta person. I myself have to practice this. All of us need to practice this. It's a great opportunity to think towards this. For me to present this as a preparation, I could really get benefited out of it in this thought process, and I'm able to share with you, and I'm already practicing it as part of this presentation. When I say something, I have to do that. So it's not easy, but at the same time not difficult too, because it's only a first step. There's so much to go towards this journey, and I wish you get the message and you understand what I'm saying. And today is the last session. We have whole summer time to practice this, if you can. Okay, so take this as a message, which will be a great gratitude that we can show towards Gurudev.